Good morning, guys. This is Mike Freed here, and as you know, we got another update from Echo Mana. 400 megs gone, just like that. But that's besides the point. A lot of it is fluff. Realistically, it is fluff, like the weapon and things like that. But a lot of it's also really nice. I think that the devs are really listening to what the community's been saying, and they have a direction in which they want to take the game, and now we're beginning to see more of the direction. There's a lot of good things to take from everything that we see, but there's a little, not bad, but not lackluster, if you know what I mean. And we're going to touch base on a few of those things really briefly. I don't want to go into every single item here and just read whatever context is there. I mean, you can do that yourself, but kind of just a breakdown on what it is that we have here. New weapon added, yay. Cosmetic stuff. If you have Keldrick already, like me, yeah, you can work on his bond and get that. I'm not too concerned with that. The 2/3 off daily campaign thing is great though, because let me tell you, the daily training, it does eat up your stam. It eats it up pretty damn hard. And having this campaign off, I think it should no longer be a campaign. I think it should be a permanent thing. And this campaign, I believe, is only going to last until the end of the month. Yeah, take some notes, guys. Take some notes, devs. Make this a full thing. Make this just a permanent item, because stamina is still an issue. You haven't directly addressed that yet. You're kind of just putting band-aids around it. It's not really good. It's not going to solve the overall problem. I'm still cut. A band-aid isn't going to, do anything with it. It'll heal over time, and people maybe will forget about it, but it doesn't do anything in the immediate other than just cover it up. So that's a whole nother topic. Extra daily mission campaigns are nice. Yeah, you're gonna get extra rewards for doing those things, again, for the duration until the 31st. And this is the big thing I want to dive into. I actually want to go into this with the dungeon. Yeah, we have this new one, the Sandstorm Hall Satibron. And the big thing about this is the fact that it drops earth damage and wind damage. So if you run characters like Reese and Durin, you best believe, get yourselves in these dungeons, do the co-ops, do what you gotta do, get yourself outfitted. We all know that Reese and Durin are very strong characters in their own right. Outfitting them more with plus percentages in their elements, it's gonna do massive for your damage. Reese players already who have her max ascended and are using the memory gem that boosts wind damage are gonna see a lot more in terms of this. I know that they were hitting 100k with the luck build. Adding something like this with the luck, with kind of like some luck substats, is gonna do some serious damage. You might break that over 100, 120, maybe 130k barrier, maybe even more than that honestly. But only time will tell as people play the game and actually do things with her. With Durin, I have to experiment more with him. I mean, I just use him mainly for utility because his armor break alone is great. But I don't want to dive too much into that in this video. That's not the purpose of this video. I just want to kind of break down what we're seeing and the direction the game is going, and the overall the update. It's a good update. It really is. Yeah, it breaks down everything here in terms of the kind of gear you're gonna see and the levels you're gonna see, etc., etc. Available after main quest chapter 11. We hope you enjoy your adventure in Echoes of Mana. I certainly am. I really am. But they do have to address the stamina consumption. I want to see how much these things cost, probably relative to every other gear dungeon that we see in the game. But that's nice. It's nice that we see they're taking the gear in a different direction. People were speculating strength. People were speculating, luck builds or things like that. But if they do something that's element specific, it's better for the life of the game. It doesn't make everyone only have to spam one particular dungeon for one particular build and things like that. Like, yeah, you're gonna have to spam for. You're gonna have to farm. It's a farming game. You're gonna have to farm for your wind. You're gonna have to farm for your earth, farm for your fire, etc., etc. Farming fire for Flame Wizard is gonna be fun because he's already a really strong character, even at base level 75, and giving him a little bit of boost on that, it's gonna make him pretty strong, man. I can't wait to see what happens with that. The Lucre Trove quests are also a nice touch if you're starving for money. Yeah, definitely go for it. Get your money. And nothing really more to say about that. I mean, it's just money quest. You get about 20k a pop for the most for the highest difficulty. Do it if you need to. If you don't, like me, then focus yourself on other things like memory jumps. Here we go. This is another thing I want to look at, and probably the main thing most people are going to flock to is it's going to be doing the harvest. Should you pull for Sumo? That's the main thing I want to look at here. Should you pull for him? Subjective. extremely subjective. In my opinion, as a character, as excuse me, not a character, as someone that has already a max ascended Reese, whose journey looks pretty nice, who has Poi Poi, who has a few other characters like Keldrick, even though he's useless in my opinion. Um, at least for what I have, unless you really are focused on bringing up the combo counters. And if you have other characters in general that you've already been pulling on since you've been playing since launch, I don't recommend going for this because of the simple fact that he's not unique to just this banner, and he hasn't been unique to just this banner. Chances are, if you played the game and you've been re-rolling and doing things, you probably have a copy or two of him. Same thing with in regards to his memory gem. It's not unique. It's not something that is specific to this banner. It's not like it's not like pulling for Keldrick if you really want Keldrick, where that was the first time the character was introduced. So there's not a lot of value in that for me. Is Sumo's skill set great? Yeah, I mean, you probably know already. He has the healing, he has the the super armor, etc., etc. He's a great character overall. I'm just saying that he's not someone that we probably already haven't seen in our travels. If you're really desperate for him and you really like him, because you figure, oh, I want to do the healing, then yeah, he's a good character. Go for it. But if you have Charlotte or several copies of Charlotte already, if you're using Mussolini to some extent for her healing, you're kind of beating a dead horse. Because if you're good at the game and know what you're doing, you know that you can just swap to Charlotte or swap to other characters and just heal wherever you have to heal. So in my opinion, this banner is going to be a pass for me. I rather save up my gems for the end of the month, where we know we're going to have more content, especially with Chapter 6 being released, and chances are we're going to see an actual unique banner with a new character coming out. And, more things to expand the vision of where the devs are going with the game. I'm estimating that we're going to see something relative to the main character getting a sword during his Chapter 6 or Chapter 7 story. But I don't think that's going to be something that's going to be gacha. I think it's going to just be given to us, kind of like the 1-star, MC from the beginning. But I do hear that there's going to be another X character coming. I haven't looked into it much. I'm all for the X characters, and I'll probably go into that in a different video. But yeah, just wanted to touch base with you guys. What are your thoughts? Are you going to pull for Sumo? Personally, I'm not. I don't think he's worth it. Well, for me, it's not worth it. Maybe for you, he is. For me, he's not. But yeah, like the video if you enjoy it. I'm always streaming on twitch.tv/MikeReed. And yeah, man, have a good one. Enjoy your Friday the 13th, and hope all goes well. Take it easy, guys.